What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi K20 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the OctaviOS version 2.5, and you can see this is the 25th May 2021 build, and you can download from the description, and you can also check this Telegram post out here, and of course I'll give all the links in the description. And if you do not know how to flash this ROM on the Redmi K20 Pro, I'll give a card right there, or you can check the description too. And by the way, this ROM is based on OSS vendor, as you can see it's mentioned over here, not on MIUI vendor. And if you're wondering how the about section looks like, this is how the Android version section looks like. We have the 2.5 OctaviOS official out there, and we have the OctaviOS logo right there, and we have all other specs as you're noticing of the device. And if you see the maintainer, it says NJ over here, and we have the Redmi K20 Pro as the device name. The security patch is latest of May 5th 2021, and we have the stock kernel as this YAAP kernel or the YAP kernel. Here it says Android 11, and if you tap and hold on it, as you can see, it is based on Android 11, of course. Okay, so right now it did appear. Right now let me jump into the system and let me show you the system section. In the about section you can see all the developers name and stuff. Let me go back. We have the other things like the gestures, and here we have the quickly open camera as you are noticing, and then we have the system navigation gestures. There you get the full screen gestures, of course. And if you go into the settings, we have the amount of screen height to be used for the back gesture. Then we have the gesture bar length and the gesture bar radius customization. And as you are noticing, this is the pill bar that I'm using right now, and the pill bar right now is quite thick and quite long. And we have the dead zone and stuff, then the haptic feedback. Also, we have the back gesture animation over here, and you can disable all of those if you need to. And we have the 2-button and 3-button navigation as well. Then we have the prevent ringing and the power menu option. Then we have the adaptive playback option too. And here, surprisingly, we do get the DC-dimming option over here. Also, we get the high brightness mode. And if you enable this, as you can see, the display just becomes too much bright. You can definitely use this mode if you're going outdoors into the sunlight and stuff. Definitely this mode is going to be a lot more helpful. And the DC dimming again is working flawlessly. If I turn that off, you might notice it. If I decrease the brightness a little bit, maybe, yeah, as you're noticing right there. And if I enable it right now, you might be seeing a little bit of difference. So yeah, the DC dimming actually works perfectly fine, no issues with that. Now let me show you the thermal profiles, and of course there is thermal profiles, so you can change the thermal profiles per app to these many options as you are noticing. And here in the front camera settings, we do have the camera calibration option. So if your camera motor is stuck or something, you can definitely use this mode to calibrate your camera. And we have the sound effects over here. So there you get all of these sound effects, or you can just disable it. And we have the front camera raise dialog as a warning, and we have the camera LED disabling option. Then we have the Gboard as the default keyboard over here. By the way, this is how the settings panel looks like. Looks quite beautiful in my opinion, and I'll show you all the customization and stuff later on. Also here you get a redesigned calculator app, and you also get FM radio over here if you're concerned about that. But first, let me show you the home screen. This is how it looks like. And yes, I did customize it a little bit. And if you go into the settings, as you can see, this is the Pixel launcher present by default. So it does not have much customization. It only has this suggestion disabling option, I guess. And that's pretty much it. You don't even get the double tap to sleep anywhere in the home screen here. Yes, this ROM has a lot of customizations, but the double tap to sleep in the home screen is simply missing. Of course, you can use double tap to sleep on the status bar if you want to. And we have the Google's Discover page to the left. And if you swipe up, we get the app drawer, of course. And if you swipe down, you get the quick settings panel pretty much. And the widgets in the home screen are working flawlessly. And all over the UI, the stock launcher is quite smooth and snappy over here. You get this Gcam 7.3 by Boreal camera over here. And with this camera, you can of course switch between lenses as you are noticing. And all the lenses with this camera, like the telephoto one and the ultra wide lens, and even the main like wide angle lens, the IMX 586 does work super fine. No issues whatsoever. Even the front camera with this Gcam is working perfectly fine, as you can see. So yeah, pretty much this camera works great, and this is a good stock camera in my opinion. And I have been using this ANX camera over here, as you can see, because I have flashed it separately. Even with this ANX camera, you can shoot 4K 60fps video, and I have again installed it separately with Magisk. If you do not know how to flash this camera, check out the card right there, or you can also check out the description, of course. And with this, the front camera and stuff, even the portrait mode everything is working super fine. You should not worry about the ANX camera here. Now let me show you the quick settings panel. This is how it looks like. You can like add and edit multiple toggles. As you are noticing, these are the toggles that you get, and you also get these DC-dimming and stuff. I'll just add them. So let me just show you the toggles that I have added. And by the way, the time shows over here, and you can also change the style of the time over here. And here we have the battery saver and stuff, night light, then the dark theme and stuff. By the way, the night light is a little bit buggy. Let me show you over here. Like if I disable this right now, as you can see, it just turned on and off. And right now, as you can see, the night light is on. But if I just increase or decrease the brightness, the night light just goes away. So let me just disable it again. And as you can see, it is a little bit weird that if you touch the brightness slider over here, the night light breaks down. So yeah, if you have night light turned on, just don't touch the brightness slider maybe. And here we can enable the dark theme, of course, and then we have the Android 11 screen recorder. With that, you can record the device audio and the microphone audio at the same time. Then we have the hotspot, the do not disturb, then data saver, and also we have the reboot toggle. So you can tap and hold on it and just directly reboot to recovery. Heads up option is also there. AOD or the always on display enabling or disabling option is there. Then we have the mute or sound toggle. With that, you can have the volume panel over here if you tap and hold on it, as you can see, or you can just change your profile from here. So yeah, and we have the high brightness mode too, so you can enable that from here too. And we have the DC dimming again, and again we have the FPS info over here. So no issues with the FPS info, as you can see it is working flawlessly. And also we do get the smart pixel option over here. So if you want to turn like some percentage of the pixels off, you can definitely do that from here. We of course do get the Wi-Fi calling option, but I have not been using that. You can definitely use Wi-Fi calling if you want to. But normal VoLTE calling and stuff, everything is working flawlessly, no issues with that. There is also the recording option on this Google dialer. So that is great that you do get the recording option over here. And again, VoLTE calling just works flawlessly. I have never faced any issues with that. Now let's jump into the battery settings, and this is how the battery section looks like. And you can go into the full battery usage from here if you tap on this battery icon, and this animation definitely looks really cool. Here we have the battery saver, and there is the extreme battery saver, and you can schedule it of course. Then we have the turn off when charged 90% and stuff. Then we have the battery manager options, and the smart charging is also there, and we have the last full charge. Then the screen on time. Also we can see the design battery capacity, current battery capacity, and the charging cycles. So that is great. You're getting to see all of these things over here. But I do have one complaint over here regarding the charging. I'll talk about that, but first let me tell you, there is the battery temperature showing up option over here. The thing about the fast charging over here is that if you are charging with a 18-watt fast charger, that is totally fine. That's gonna work fine. It won't heat up much. But if you're using a 33-watt charger, which I use of the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and with that charger, the device is getting just too hot. Just look at the temperatures. It reaches about 45 degrees and stuff with just like 15 to 20 minutes of charging. So yeah, that's how it is. It definitely like gets really hot, and it definitely gets hot with that kind of charger. And I'm not really sure, it does not happen in most custom ROMs, but here I'm seeing that with the 33-watt charger, the device gets really hot. And yes, it is charging super fine over here. Like the fast charging is actually working. But yes, with a 33-watt charger, the device does get too hot. And I won't simply recommend using that charger, because I had to simply like unplug the charger most of the time because the device is just getting too hot in my opinion. Talking about the screen on time or the battery life, here you can see the battery life over here. I've got about like 6 to 7 hours of screen on time mostly over here, and the battery life is really great. You can see I have had almost 50% juice left, I guess. And with that, I would say the battery life is just great. But again, the charging situation is a little weird over here. Let me go back. We have the display settings, and here we have the brightness level. And as you can see, you can adjust the brightness from here, of course. And the night light, you can schedule it, and you have the adaptive or auto brightness. In the styles and wallpapers, you can of course customize the theme. In the wallpapers, we do have the like OctaviOS wallpaper. This looks definitely really cool. And in the clock section, as you can see, we have plethora of lock screen clocks that you can change, and we have the accent color changing option, then the hour accent color and the minute accent color. So you can have accent color for all of those. So that is just great. Right now, let me just show you the lock screen, and this is how it looks like. So if I'm covering the top part of the display, as you are noticing, there is the to activate your phone, it shows some text and stuff. So yeah, the pocket detection is actually working flawlessly, no issues with that. Let me just show you the fingerprint scanner speed over here from the always on display. Right now from the like lock screen over here, let me try one more time from the lock screen. So yeah, the fingerprint scanner speed is pretty fine, no issues whatsoever with the fingerprint scanner. It is a very reliable experience with the fingerprint scanner unlocking. Then we have the screen timeout, then the auto rotate screen, and the colors are set to boosted by default over here. And we have the font size, display size, etc. changing option, the DPI changing option. Also in the lock screen, we have the always show time and info, that's just the always on display. And we have the double tap to wake and the pocket detection as well. Display cutout is there if for some reason if you want to use that, but I am not really sure why it's there. And again, we have the clock styles over here. And in the sound settings, we have the media, call, etc. volume control, of course. And by the way, this is how the volume panel looks like. And you can expand it just like this. And we have the volume steps, then the ringtone vibration pattern changing option. Then if you scroll down, we have the phone ringtone and stuff. Dial pad tone, screen locking sound, charging vibration, etc. You can disable, odd enable, and we have the vibrate on connect, call waiting and disconnect. Then we have the clear speaker option. Sadly, we do not simply have the Mi audio DAC over here, but the good thing is we do get the MOTO audio over here. So whenever you are plugging in a headset or just connecting a Bluetooth headset like this Boatrockers 335, it just like works super fine and the audio just adapts to that kind of headset. And you can also customize it to like music, movie, game, or you can just customize the equalizer over here. So that is great that the MOTO audio is present and you can definitely tune the audio as however you like it. And here we have the Octavi Lab, and there we get all the customizations, of course. Definitely looks different from the previous OctaviOS kind of customization section, and it definitely looks a lot more like newer. So first let me show you the quick setting panel over here, and we have these everything set to 0 because I have not touched the quick setting panel column and row number customization thing. So yeah, by default these all shows as 0. And we have the vibrate on toggle touch, then we have the tint quick setting style, and we have the tiles, and we have the Android 12, OS 11, then the accent color and the default option. And here as you can see, I have been using it with the Android 12 option. Let me go back. We have the color header icons, then we have the disable quick settings when locked and stuff, media player and stuff, then data usage in quick setting header, and also we have the quick setting clock style. So you can also use the newer style like this one, and yeah, it definitely looks cool. It also shows the weather, the time and the date. So yeah, these are the options that you get for this clock. Very cool in my opinion. Let me go back. We have the status bar settings, and here we have the status bar items. From here you can enable the headset, Bluetooth, etc. icons, the Wi-Fi and stuff, and we have the clock and date customization. And from here we have the AM PM style changing option, and also we have the date style, date format, everything else, and we have the traffic indicator and stuff. Then the battery style is also there. We have these quick setting battery percentage and stuff. You can change the battery style to the icon portrait, dotted circle, filled circle, and we also have the icon hidden. And of course we can enable the battery percentage from here. Battery percentage when charging is also there. We have the notification count option. Then if you scroll down, we have the VoLTE icon and stuff. And of course you can change the VoLTE icon to these many options, and I have been using it with the Sony icon. Let me go back. We have the View Wi-Fi icon enabling option too, and if you're using View Wi-Fi icon, you can definitely use or change between these many View Wi-Fi icons. Let me go back. We have the notification settings. Here we have the heads up option. You can enable it if you want to, and we have the battery charging light option over here. You can enable it even in do not disturb. Then we have the dialer heads up, notification headers, center notification headers and stuff, then reticker, and we have the ambient stuffs over here it says, and we have the ambient display options. To the power menu, we have the screen record, screenshot, etc. options, and here we have the gesture settings, and the long press power button toggle torch is there. Then we have the swipe click screenshot, and double tap to sleep on the status bar and lock screen both are working fine. We have the double tap to wake on those. Let me scroll down. We have the nav bar and buttons. From here we have the nav bar enabling option, and there is the nav bar gestures again. In the theme section, we have the accent color picker, of course, and you can pick pretty much any kind of accent color that you want. And we have the dark theme changing option, enabling option, and the color bucket, of course, you can change, and the headline and body fonts are there. Plethora of body fonts that you get, as you can see, Roboto, Pixel font, etc. So yeah, I've been using it with a default font, but you can go with the OnePlus later and stuff if you want to, or Google Sense and stuff. Then we have the icon shape, and from here you can change between these many icon shapes, and we also have the icon packs over here. And then we have the switch appearance. You can change it between these many options, and you can toggle them from here. And we have the nav bar style and stuff. You can change it to anything, like any brand's nav bar style. And we have the brightness slider, and I have been using it with a meme rounded, but you can also go with the OctaviOS or something if you want to. And by the way, with the meme rounded kind of settings, this is how the brightness slider looks like. And here we have the setting style. You can change it to cartoony or something, and MIUI and stuff. These are the icons that will change with that settings. Then we have the G visual mod. From here I have been using the rounded corner to the medium. That's why you are seeing these rounded corners on this particular windows. Even on the volume panel and stuff you will see these. Let me go back. We have the volume option. Here we have the playback control and stuff, and you can also change the volume panel from here through these many options. Then we have the UI tuner. Here we have the lock screen shortcut, then the fingerprint authentication vibration, error vibration, lock screen charging info and stuff. Then we have hide lock icon and the fingerprint icon. Status bar, you can hide it on the lock screen. Then we have the charging animation. These are the small animations which appears on the lock screen. We have the lock screen notification count and stuff, and you can set the max notification count. And we have the media blur level and stuff. Then we have the fingerprint on display. These are the fingerprint icons that you get over here. As you are noticing, let me just quickly enable the dark theme so that I can show you better. And as you can see, these are the icons that you get. So yes, plethora of icons that you get of the fingerprint scanner, and I have been using it with this one, but you can choose from these many icons. I would say pretty great collection of the fingerprint scanner icons over here. Then we have the show fingerprint animation. Then from here you can change it to this Cyberpunk 2077. Plethora of options are there for the fingerprint scanner animation. Even some Realme options, then the Oppo options are there. Nokia, then OnePlus, then Xiaomi's options are there, including the Cyberpunk 2077 that is working fine. And we have the fingerprint pressed color, and you can change these to these many color options, of course. And we have the screen of FOD or the screen of fingerprint scanner if you want to use that. But yes, there is no option for the always unlock with the fingerprint scanner. That is a bummer for me. In the visualizer settings, we have the music visualizer and stuff. You can enable the lava lamp stuff, and from here you can customize your weather style if you want to. Then we have the gaming mode over here, and you can enable it, of course, if you want to. And in the mist settings, we have the smart pixel, so you can customize the smart pixel from here. Then we have sensor block per package. Then we have wake up on charge disabling option. Then charging animation and stuff is there. Then we have the whole system UI animation, I guess, and you can change the screen of animation to color fade, CRT scale, or symbol fade. And also the toast animations are there. Let me go back. From here we have the screenshot type changing option. Also have the scrolling cache and stuff. Then we have the ambient display brightness. You can force the always on display brightness from here. By the way, this is how the power menu looks like, and it has this background blur kind of look. And of course we have the Google smart home kind of controls. From here you can enable your smart lights, and if you tap on restart, as you can see, there is the advanced reboot options, so you can directly reboot to recovery or fast boot from here. So yeah, that was all the customizations of the OctaviOS 2.5. Now let's just jump into the security, and in the security it says biometrics and security over here. Let me just jump into the settings. We have the power button instantly locks. Then we have the lock after screen timeout over here. You can set quick unlock, and the scramble pin layout is also there. I've already showed you the fingerprint scanner speed. So right now let me set up the face unlock. Let's just click on next. So setting up face unlock is almost done. So right now I'll just double tap over here on the lock screen. So I have to swipe up, I guess. So yes, it works only after swiping up. Let me try one more time. So yes, the face unlock works, but you have to swipe up for that. Also talking about app lock, it has the same app lock that you get in most custom ROMs right now. And as you can see, you can lock any particular app by just tapping on these lock icons. And you can hide their notification from here. You can search for any particular app just like this, and you can lock them from here. Then we have the lock app after 15 seconds instantly or screen off. I have been using it with the 15 seconds option. And if you open a lock tab, this is how it looks like. By the way, this interface is a little bit bugged because you see two fingerprint scanner icons if you're noticing up close. So yeah, sometimes it looks a little weird in my opinion, in the dark theme even. So yeah, you get two fingerprint scanner icons over here. One is like in the background and stuff. So yeah, it actually works fine. As you can see, it did unlock. But yes, if you're opening a lock tab, as you can see, there is the use face data option and use pin option. So you can use any option from here. Now let's talk about some pretty cool things that the safety net passes right out of the box. And I have also flashed Magisk over here. Even with Magisk hide, the safety net is working. So banking apps is not a problem on this ROM. If your DRM certification is L1 right now, it should be intact and it should be fine right now. With the latest OSS vendor based ROMs, you should not worry about that. But yes, my DRM certification shows as L3 because I have broken it previously a long time ago. The overall smoothness of the ROM is pretty great, and as you can see, this is how the recent panel looks like. And if you want to go into the split screen, you just tap here and you just tap on the split screen, or if you want to go freeform, you can, and we can pin a particular app or go to the apps info. You can take a screenshot from here or select some text if you want to. Then if you go all the way to the left, you can clear all the apps from here in the recents panel. Now talking about the memory management over here, let me try to open a couple of apps because I have already opened a lot of apps over here. So let's try one by one. Let's see which are in memory. And here Chrome still in memory, Facebook, yes, still in memory, Twitter is in memory, Play Store again, as you can see, it is still in the RAM. And yes, all the apps are in memory, I guess. Now YouTube reloaded, but Instagram, yes, still in memory. Google Home is in memory. This Mi Home app, yes, still in memory. And okay, so I did not open Mi Fit earlier, that was an accident. And right now, as you can see, the Mi Store app is actually in memory. So I would say in terms of performance, this is a pretty great option. I would say the YouTube app is still in memory, I guess, because as you can see, it does this every time. So this did not like actually boot out of memory. So yeah, this is not like getting out of memory, it is still in memory. And here we have the Mi Home app, as you can see. Now let's open, okay, so Spotify, yes, still in memory. So no issues with the memory management. And if you want to see the benchmarks, as you can see from the screen, the benchmarks of the ROM are great because this is simply a OSS vendor based ROM. So the performance over here is just insanely good. Now talking about Google Assistant, let me try it with the voice trigger. Hey Google. As you can see, the Google Assistant is working fine. So this OctaviOS 2.5 is a really amazing ROM for the Redmi K20 Pro. The only problem that I have over here again is the fast charging. If you're like charging with a 33-watt charger, I would say do not do it because the device will just get too hot. Otherwise, if you're charging with 10 to 18-watt charger, I would say it should be fine. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about the latest OctaviOS on the Redmi K20 Pro? Definitely make sure to share this video with your friends if you liked this ROM, and give it a thumbs up if you liked it again, and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. This is Tito from KDN Tech signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye now.